Hello, Aries. Welcome in. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading, specifically looking at the month of August 2025 for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So, hope this reading finds you well, Aries. Let's find what's going on for your month of August. What's hidden from Aries? Thank you. Outcome and advice. Outcome and advice for Aries. For those here watching, thank you. All right, let's turn these cards around. All right, Aries, in the overall energy for the month of August, we have the Eight of Cups and Temperance, a lot of emotions. Specifically, it feels like something you're walking away from, something that's hard to walk away from is creating a lot of emotions. And Temperance, it feels like there's a need to be patient and alchemize these energies. Alchemize these emotions into something that you would prefer. All right, what's the Eight of Cups? What's causing so much emotion for Aries? Oh, Magician. It does. I was going to say this is manifesting energy. And so what I'm seeing here is there's a cycle of manifesting, how to create. And it looks like maybe in August, Aries, you're alchemizing emotions. So what does that mean? When you take accountability, these are my emotions. Instead of blaming others, then that's not owning your emotions. These are my emotions, and so I'm going to feel them. And it feels like holding space, being present with whatever arises. That's feeling your emotions in a way that's healthy. You're not acting or reacting from your emotions and becoming your emotions. You're sitting with them, processing, recognizing, oh, this is that creates, when you can sit with your emotions, own them, these are my emotions. There's an emotional intelligence that you can get by sitting with your emotions. What is this that I'm feeling? Other than uncomfortable, bad, that's not helpful. What are the different qualities, the textures, temperatures of your emotions, and seeing if you can get closer to what you are feeling. Uncomfortable, a little fiery and wet emotions. Okay, so that feels like sadness. What kind of sadness? Disappointment. A lot of disappointment. It feels like then there's like hopelessness in there. So I'm just sitting with and getting closer and allowing myself to feel whatever I'm feeling, whatever the emotions are. And then the emotional intelligence comes in when I can identify and start attuning what those are, instead of just good and bad emotions or anger, sadness, happiness, the like 8 Crayola crowns. Seeing if you can get 64 pack of Crayola crowns, if you can get the details of what those emotions are and the mixtures. And the more you're able to sit with uncomfortable emotions and just sit with and identify them, then those emotions don't run you over. You know how to work with those emotions. You know how to identify them. Oh, I understand that. So they don't become overwhelming. Then, once you process through emotions, the emotion leaves and you get an amazing amount of wisdom, insight, understanding. Wisdom can't be taught. So then once you process through those emotions and you have wisdom, then you're at an amazing space to imagine what you prefer instead. And now you've processed through your emotions so you can create something new. So it feels like you're processing, Aries. In the month of August, there's at least some processing through some difficult emotions, it feels like, because there's something that you want to create. What does Aries Judgment reversed? What's this Judgment reverse energy? Okay, you're wanting to protect yourself from someone who's very critical, judgmental. Looks like you're wanting to create boundaries, healthy boundaries. Okay, with Four of Pentacles reverse and the Sun card reverse, it feels like you're letting go of an environment or a person, relationship, not sure what yet, that's very critical. And it feels precarious, very confusing, very unhappy. So you're leaving an environment. Ooh, it feels like you do need to be cautious, be mindful, because you are so heavily criticized, judged. Yeah, this is not the environment for you. What would be helpful around this judgment and the lack of sun? Yeah, this is a bully. Five of Swords, someone who wants to win at any cost, Aries. Feels like they're wanting you to submit. They want to be right. Oh, this is a bully. Definite bully. Okay, it looks like you're wanting to manifest leaving an environment, leaving a bully. Boy, okay. Emperor reverse and Ace of Swords reverse. This person is manipulative, deceptive, and it's like you're realizing that this person, it feels like they lie to themselves. So there's no allegiance to the truth. It doesn't feel like this person can handle the truth. Very controlling. Tell me, what does the viewer need to know about this Emperor reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse? I don't think this person can. Yeah, they're looping. World reverse. They just keep in the same cycle. There's no growth with this person. To stay in this environment, you can't grow. You can't evolve. I don't know if this person, that they have the mental acuity. They just need to win. There's no growth here. It feels like someone they're running the ship It feels like, Aries, you've tried to get this person to see clearly, and it feels like you're on the ship with this person that they're steering with this foundational light. I don't think this person can perceive things clearly. They can't perceive you clearly. They just want to win. Jeez. It's no wonder you're trying to, it feels like you're creating an exit. You're creating a door, 1, 2, 3 on the clock, opening the door and leaving. Like, where's the exit? There's a lot of emotions. You might be emotionally attached to this person because you've spent so much time with them, because there are some type of emotional attachments. Boy. All right, Aries, in what's hidden, we've got the Queen of Cups, the Hermit reverse, the Empress, the Knight of Swords reverse, and now we've got the Ace of Swords, this time upright. All right, Queen of Cups, Hermit reverse. I think that the first couple cards in what's hidden tell me why it's hard for you to leave this environment, that you don't want to be alone. And that might be keeping you somewhere, not wanting to be abandoned, not wanting to be alone. It feels like not wanting to be alone, can't be alone. And so you're tolerating really terrible treatment. You might want to soften your belief systems around being alone. Have you been alone in your life before? Independent. Maybe instead of calling it alone, can you be independent? Can you make decisions on your own? Can you take care of yourself? It feels like this does not feel like being taken care of. This doesn't feel like being cared for. This feels like being in a deficit. Maybe for so long you don't even realize that you're in a deficit because this person makes you feel completely worthless. You might have CPTSD, learned helplessness. Maybe a therapist. Maybe having someone on your side. Do you have support outside of this? This is not support. That's not supportive. And trying to make it supportive or pretend it's supportive isn't helping. Can you seek help? Can you ask for maybe get a therapy for codependency, for trauma bonds, a trauma therapist? How can you start supporting yourself? How can you start loving yourself? Okay. Whoever this other person is that I've been reading, Aries, they're taking advantage of your divine feminine energy, your ability to feel emotions. Feels like they are allergic to emotions. They're allergic to accountability. But without emotions, without knowing how to process through emotions that I just described, this person can't manifest without someone like you who processes emotions. Divine feminine. It feels like they are taking advantage of your divine feminine qualities, but then belittling and making you feel guilty for having those feminine qualities. This is just a negative person, reactive, jealous. It feels like this person hates feminine energy. They hate emotion. Like, I know hate is a strong word. They poo-poo emotions, resent, can't say. But the thing is, this person doesn't know how to process through their emotions. Like I was explaining at the beginning of the reading, sitting with emotional intelligence, this person does not have it. Emotions control this person. They're reactive, which makes them dangerous because they're not in control. And that's what the one thing they really want is control. The more you speak truths to this person, it feels dangerous. I wouldn't play that game with them, trying to tell them what you know about them. Some truths, they feel like they're very reactive and they can't handle, and that would be cruel to them. They feel enabled in their bad behavior. In codependency, there's a taker, and that feels like who I've been describing. In Aries, you might be the giver. You might be enabling a really toxic person. And so be careful if you are leaving this relationship. That's when this type of person is the most dangerous. Play dumb. Let this person's very much in their ego. Let them win. Let them think they've won. That is the best way to hide your moves in their ego. Letting them think they've won, that you're defeated, and just make moves while they're gloating. I'm perceiving, Aries, that you see the truth clearly. And it looks like you're starting to see this person more clearly. Feels like you can create something for yourself that you enjoy and be yourself. There's just a lot of fears. There's a lot of insecurities, and this type of relationship creates more and more. This person creates more insecurities, instabilities within you, so you don't have the courage to leave. But once this tower, the realization, the false reality of what this really has been, allowing the false reality to collapse. It's confusing, it's terrifying, it's painful, it's wounding, but you can't deal with fantasy and false realities. You can work with the truth. You can work with reality. So there's something here about letting this fall apart. Stop trying to fix it. Stop trying to keep it together and just be aware. Start seeing things. Not through the lens of how can I fix this? How can I get them to like me? And how can I... Discerning. Let me see who this person really is. Let me see, instead of through that lens of fixing it, let me see who this person really is. It's going to take some patience to alchemize a lot of emotions. A lot of negative things that this person has said to you, and once they can't control you, they're going to try to control the narrative around you. I'm getting just let them. While they're busy doing all that work, you can be quietly keeping your own counsel, focusing on detaching, leaving quietly. No fanfare, tactical. Wow. What an interesting reading. All right, in the outcome and advice, Aries, we've got Hanged Man and the Knight of Pentacles. I think you are in this position, kind of stuck. But from this stuck vantage point, you are reaching enlightenment. You're seeing something from this stuck place. I think you're seeing that this person is not for you. That this relationship is working how they want it to. They just want you to stop complaining. They just want you to sacrifice yourself for them, to give everything, and to have no needs, no wants, and need nothing in return. It's just, sorry. I'm also getting that this person wants a mommy. They want someone to constantly fluff their ego and tell them that they're amazing. They don't want to mature and grow. Okay, so, and then the Knight of Pentacles. So this is the slowest moving knight of the deck. But look at all that red behind him. Those are sunflowers blooming. So this does feel like it's going to take some time to disentangle. And that's why Temperance keeps coming out. Patience. Go slowly. Do it quietly. How can you do this and let this person think they've won? And while they're celebrating in their ego and they're having a great time, that's where you heal, where you find your next moves, where you quietly start planting seeds on the other side of this. Who are you becoming? Planting seeds. Do you have access to your finances? Do you have access to what's yours? How can you start populating and start creating? What's one thing you can do to start creating the life after this? To reimagine. There's a lot of healing and patience as you go. This definitely feels slow going. Just to let it take the time it takes. Anything else that Aries needs to know about the outcome and advice? Ace of Pentacles. New opportunity, new path, new energies. This is a seed. So you have to, it's not a fully formed, complete option. It's a seed. And so you have to figure out where to plant that seed, how to water it in the right environment to allow that to grow. But it's this new potential. And with all these seeds that the Knight of Pentacles has planted, a whole bunch of sunflowers, it looks like planting seeds along the way, cultivating what you want out of your life, Aries, for yourself going forward and planting those seeds. I want peace, then watering that. I want freedom. I want joy. I want happiness. So instead of saying, well, until I get to such and such point, then I won't be happy. Well, then so be it. How about I'm going to get to that point and I'm going to cultivate what I want along the way. And so when I get to that point, I've got all this produce, all this stuff that I've been planting along the way. So I have a harvest. Is it slow? Yes. but it's worth the effort is what I'm getting. All right, Aries, I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great August.